Hello everyone, my name is Apple Guy. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Professor Layton and the Curious Village. In the previous video, we explored the north part of town through the clock tower and were told to check in at the restaurant to find some information about Ramon, who of course is the missing gentleman. In today's video, we hope to accomplish just that. Just gonna tap on these NPCs here just to see what they're up to. Now we can head into the village, or into the restaurant rather. And we'll go ahead and see if we can find any information.
Ramon, he hasn't been around lately.
Ah, looks like we've hit another dead end.
Too bad you couldn't find him. He usually skips out of work and comes here to gossip and have coffee. And as you know, speaking of gossip, I've heard some weird rumors from the customers lately. Recently there's been talk about a strange old man running around St. Mystere kidnapping people.
A kidnapper? Who is this old man?
I heard all this secondhand, so you got me there. You need to find a better source for village gossip. You might want to try your luck at the cafe. Usually I hear some rumors straight from the source there. It's almost sunset now, so the cafe should be open for dinner.
A mysterious old man kidnapping village folk. Now that's a rumor. A rumor indeed, so much that we complete Chapter 3, The Missing Servant. Although we don't really complete it in the sense that we have the objective complete, but we get to move on to something new. And this is the screen I was hoping not to see. This is the end of chapter recap. So it looks like we missed puzzle 42, 43, and 44, which means they're now located in Granny Riddleton's shack. So we're going to have to take care of those, and we don't get to see the text that leads up to them or anything like that. Professor, it's getting dark out.
I'm afraid that's my cue to start closing up shop. Come by tomorrow if you get hungry.
Alright, a nice cutscene, and I get to live in shame that I missed 3 puzzles. Because I shouldn't miss puzzles, I should know where they are. Night has fallen on St. Mystere. Luke, let's take a moment to sum up our findings. We have a strange roaring tower, disappearing villagers, and an odd elderly kidnapper. It's also bizarre. I can't make sense of it all, Professor. I think we finally got something on our hands, my boy. Observing the nightlife in this village might tell us more of what we need to know. Great idea, Professor. Chapter 4, Night Falls. It turned dark, and Ramon still hasn't returned. Continue investigating to find clues. No, I will not save my progress. Quit asking. So thankfully we get a new bit of music here in the nighttime atmosphere. Excuse me, sorry to bother you again. Have you seen Ramon since we spoke last?
Yawn.
Come on, Luke, let's go. Yeah. So as you can see, people just don't want to chat. They'd rather just sleep. Great theme, though. Great theme. Here's a puzzle. I'm sorry, young lady. Could you help us? We're looking for someone you see, and... Sorry, I can't help you. And by can't, I mean don't want to. I barely even talked to Ramon, and I'm so not interested in this search. Hee hee hee. But maybe help me with this puzzle. I just might, you know, remember something. Hee hee hee. And just who do you think you are, young lady? Professor Layton, keep your cool. We need to solve puzzle number 45, Puzzled Aliens, for 30 Pickerats. From the high in the sky, a pair of aliens observes humans using a bizarre object. Perplexed, one alien turns to the other and says, "How strange. The Earthling is opening a hole in a sheet of paper and marking it with a line to show the other Earthlings where the hole is. I've never seen anything like it." What could the extraterrestrial visitors be talking about? A very interesting question, so let's think about it. The Earthling is opening up a hole in a sheet of paper and marking with a line to show other aliens where the hole is. And a hint we can have here is that this is the maximum letter count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letters that we can use here. So it has to be at most an 8-letter word. This puzzle is a little bit interesting because there's not really much to go off of. You just have to think. A hole. Okay, well, what is a hole? A hole is a circle, and they're drawing a circle on a sheet of paper. I know how to draw a circle on a sheet of paper. I have to use a compass. If you use a compass, you know, you can, like, open it up and, like, draw a circle, and that's what the aliens consider to be a hole. They just don't know what a circle is, I guess. Nice work. When you think about it, the alien's description of a compass is pretty much spot on. Interesting how wide the perception of a single object can vary, isn't it? Sure, game. Tee-hee-hee. You know, I've heard that if you aren't careful walking around St. Mystere at night, you can run into trouble. I bet Ramon wasn't being very careful. What exactly do you mean? She's gone. She left. Or chose not to speak with us, I suppose. Hello, sir.
Oh goodness, whatever shall I do?
What seems to be the trouble, sir?
Let's see, strong man, looks like I have a good back. Oh, thank heavens you came along.
I beg your pardon?
I've searched everywhere, and just can't find the thing. I suppose I must have dropped it when I was out strolling by the park this afternoon. I would go search for it myself, but it's gotten dark out.
It is awfully scary out there.
Bah, nothing of the sort. It's just that, well, I'm no spring chicken anymore, and my eyes aren't as sharp as they used to be. So how about it, Sonny? Will you help an old man out and go search in front of the park for me?
What? But we are in the middle of an investigation right now. Now, Luke. No need to be rude. After all, the park is but a small ways away, and who knows, we might actually find some new information about our case there. Besides, helping those in need is the duty of any gentleman.
Splendid. I'll wait right here for you. Do come back. I'm counting on you.
One more detail, please, sir. What exactly did you drop?
Drop? Oh my, now what was it?
Oh, that's right. It was my watch. Actually, my best wristwatch. Bring it back for me, Sonny. Momentarily, good sir. I have to shamefully go and solve these puzzles in Granny Riddleton's house, starting with the camera and the case. As you can see, you just jump right into solving the puzzles. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Here we go. When walking through a market on a vacation, you notice a stand selling cameras. A camera and case set is selling for $310. The seller tells you that the camera costs $300 more than the case itself, and that the case costs the price of the set minus the cost of the camera. You decide you'd rather wait on buying a camera and opt just to buy the case alone. You hand the seller a $100 bill and see his eyes light up. Think fast now. How much change should you be getting back? We don't want to be scammed, okay? We don't want to be scammed, so we need to make sure we get the correct amount of change back. A camera and case together, so we'll say picture taker plus case is equal to $310. The seller tells you that the camera costs $300 more than the case itself. So P plus 300 equals C. And that the case costs the price of the set minus the cost of the camera. So case is equal to and the case itself is the price of the set. So 310 minus P. All right. So what we need to do here is set up a lovely system of equations in order to figure out what we need. So I'm actually going to move this up here because I think it's a little easier. Basically, because we have the set of the case, we see that the camera costs $300 more than the case itself, and also that the case costs something. We can just set these equal to each other. Is equal to P. Well, it's actually would be equal to. Well, I don't want to use negatives, so we'll just say it's equal to 310 plus P, or 310 minus P. If you've never solved a system of equations before, you can scoot things around. So we have P here. We have 2P is equal to 10, which means P is equal to 5. Okay. With that in mind, we can then solve for the price of the camera. We need to get our change, though. We need to get our change. So P is equal to 5. Right there, there's our price right there. We don't need to solve for the camera, actually. I was totally wrong. So P is equal to 5, which means we are buying something for $5. We're giving him a $100 bill. So our costs, or the return money we should get, is $95. Because 100 minus 5 is 95. Very simple. If you choose to go that math way to do it. I'd like to do the math on that, because I think it's a rather easy system of equations to solve. Good thinking. That merchant was had an awfully misleading way of explaining things, didn't he? Make sure you don't get duped by some swindler next time you go out shopping. You should. Yes. Always make sure you are prepared for whatever they are presenting you. Alright, now comes puzzle number 43, 3 umbrellas worth 20 Pickerats. 3 identical umbrellas are sitting upright in a stand. Assuming the owners don't check their umbrellas' labels, what percentage chance is there that only 2 people walk off with their own umbrella? This is a bit of a trick question, because what we have here is 3 umbrellas and 3 people, okay? If one person gets the right umbrella, then that means one has 1, and there's 2 people left to get 2 umbrellas. From that 2, if another one walks out, then all that's left is 1 umbrella, which means if person A gets their umbrella, Person B gets their umbrella. Person C is left with only one umbrella to grab from, which means it has to be theirs. What percentage chance there that only 2 people walk off with their own umbrellas? That's an impossible scenario. We have a 0% chance of that occurring. Because if the first 2 people get theirs correct, the last person has no choice but to get theirs as well. It's the last option. That's right, if 2 people manage to grab their own umbrellas, the third person's left with only one umbrella to take, their own. It's impossible for only 2 of the 3 to pick up their own umbrellas. That is, of course, unless someone chooses not to take their umbrella or anything of that sort. It's not particularly, I mean, if you want to get into the specifics, you could say like, it's possible if like the person drops dead and they'd never get their umbrella. Anyway, puzzle number 44, the last one we missed, is Stamp Stumper worth 50 Pickerats, which means it'll be a little bit tricky. Okay, your friend just got back from the post office where she purchased a sheet of stamps with values ranging from $10 to $1. First, your friend cut out the $1 stamp and set it aside. Then she divided the remaining stamps into 7 uniquely shaped bunches, each with a total value of $1. Can you divide the sheet of stamps the way your friend did? We most certainly can. And what we need to do here is focus mainly on the game Tetris. If you have ever played Tetris, I'm sure you know the iconic Tetris pieces, and we have to make sort of like Tetris pieces in order to find the values that we need here. So we need to make sure each piece is worth 100 in total. So here, what did we have? We had what is this? Oh, I don't want to draw the lines yet. No, we have a 10, a 60, a 20, and a 10. That's gonna be one of our 100s right there. Here we have 60, 70, 100 there. This one is just gonna have to sit with itself because that one is a 90 and a 10. Here we have 80, there's 100 there. That one, actually, we don't want to put that in with there because we need... Ooh, you know what? Let's actually erase all of this because what we're going to need is this shape for 100. Well, I can make that a little bit nicer. I can make that cleaner. This shape gives 100. That shape gives 100 right here. And then let's make a 100 with this. So 3, 6, 9, and 10. That's a 100. And we have 2, 4, 5, 5. Perfect. Okay. So these are our shapes. We just need to figure out how to divide those so that it makes sense. That's 1, right? Yes. Okay. And then straight down here is 1. I have to kind of flip back and forth and make sure I translate this properly. That is 1 right there. That's 1 right there. That's 1. That's 1. I think that's it. Let's double check. Looks good to me. That should be the solution we need.
There we go.
It looks perfect to me, and it looks perfect to Layton as well. Alright, excellent.
Success.
Well done. There are several ways to divide all stamps into $1 groups. This is the only way where all the groups form different shapes. There we go. And you can see a lot of Tetris pieces there. Upper right is a Tetris piece, upper left is a Tetris piece, bottom right is a Tetris piece, and the middle is a Tetris piece. Tetris is a great game. Okay, now we're all caught up with puzzles, thanks to Granny Riddleton. Big props to you. Let's go ahead and resume our investigation now. We will search the park momentarily. There's no way we can show our faces in the manor until we find some sort of clue. We must continue to investigate. I couldn't agree more, Professor. Looks like we are banned from returning there. We are kicked out until we come back with an answer. Hello there, boys. Turning in for the night already? Not yet, I'm afraid. We're still surveying the town. By the way, have you seen Ramon around today? Ramon? That skinny man with the big purple lips? No, he hasn't come by today. But you know, for all his fancy clothing, here he's actually quite the layabout. He's probably off idling at the cafe. Why not go check for him there? I see. If that's the case, I'd like to go to the cafe right away. Do you mind keeping the front door open a little longer? Oh, don't you worry, Professor. One of the guests arrived to stay the night, and I'm setting up his room. Besides, my door is always open for a dashing gentleman such as yourself. How are we not concerned that someone showed up when, you know, there's no way into the town? The town entrance is blocked by the lack of a drawbridge. How come no one cares about that but me? Apparently no one cares. Yawn. Gerald lost something again? I think he's getting kind of slow. He's always dropping stuff. What did he drop this time? Let me guess. Was it a wristwatch? Indeed, he did drop a wristwatch. Did you pick it up around here?
Yep. Well, actually no, because Beatrice was the one to pick it up.
Thing is, it's already late when she found it. She decided to hold on to it until morning. Go to the inn, and you can probably ask her for it. So there you go. Now that I got your attention, could you give me a hand and solve this here puzzle? Dark places give me the willies, but I want to solve this puzzle so bad, I came out here for help. This puzzle's all about the stars, see? Maybe you can make sense of the thing? Huh? Of course, I'd be happy to help with it. Puzzle number 46, the biggest star, worth 20 Pickerats. Legend has it that people used to stare up at the heavens and find images of animals or important events in the constellations. Looking at the star-filled sky here, try to connect the largest 5 objects in the sky to form the largest 5-pointed star possible. Connect stars by drawing a line between them. Make sure your line doesn't pass through another star along the way. Okay, so instead of drawing a star like this, basically, they want you to draw a star like that. Imagine those are both real stars. So this is one of the biggest, this is one of the biggest, this is one of the biggest, and that's one of the biggest. Finding the last biggest star would be a little tricky, because it's not actually a star. What we need is the... Wait, that's not a star. Hold on. Maybe we do need to... Wait, I kind of actually... Hold on, wait. Okay. Basically, we have to connect it to the planet itself, because the planet itself is... The planet itself is a star, apparently. That's the logic behind this puzzle. That's the solution it wanted. Okay, so it didn't want the star drawn the weird way. Why would it put it out that way? That's odd. You're right, you need to connect the 4 stars to the Earth in order to form a star like the one shown here. It looks like people are still finding inspiration in the stars. Yeah, inspiration for dumb puzzles. We connected that to a tree. Hey, thanks a bunch. I can finally go home and catch a few winks. Yawn. Oh yeah, now I remember. Beatrice from the inn was the one to find Gerald's watch. Don't forget to ask her about it, okay? Okay, see you tomorrow. Yawn. Come on, Luke, let's go. Stuffed bear. I'm shoving everything in Layton's room. I will go through the rest of that whole scenario in a bonus video, most likely. But ladies and gentlemen, now that night has fallen on St. Mystere and we have directions to head into the inn, I think I'll end off this video here. We solved a whole ton of puzzles and got to a new chapter. We get to see St. Mystere clouded in the fog of night, and I think it's a very lovely scene. New music, new everything. It's wonderful. That's going to be all for now, so hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please hit like and subscribe, and tell your friends of my channel if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me. You guys know my videos around. And I'll catch you guys, I'll be back here next time for my next video. Until then, as always, take care.